It was a quiet, chilly night in the small town of Maple Ridge, Ohio. The stars were out, the wind whispered through the trees, and in the Miller household, everything felt normal, almost peaceful. Inside a cozy, blue-painted bedroom, 70-year-old Noah Miller had just been tucked into bed by his mother, Emily, who kissed his forehead and whispered, "Good night, sweetheart. Sweet dreams." His favorite stuffed bear was beside him. The nightlight glowed gently, but by morning, Noah was gone. No window broken. No forced entry. The door still locked. No signs of struggle, just gone. His blanket was folded, its bear untouched. It was as if he had vanished into thin air, right from his bed. The police searched, the town united. Helicopters flew, every inch of the forest, every street corner, every neighbor's yard was checked. Flyers were posted, news channels picked it up, but no trace, no leads. The Millers were shattered. Days turned into months, months into years, and then nothing. For 25 long years, Noah's room remained untouched. Like a time capsule frozen, sacred, painful. His mother never gave up hope, until one day, while preparing the house for sale, an electrician working in the attic discovered something odd. A hidden camera, wired through the ceiling, and still functioning. What that camera captured would turn the entire case upside down and reveal a horrifying truth. No one, not even the police, ever imagined. For our next story, welcome to our channel. When young Noah Miller disappeared from his bed in the dead of night, the sleepy town of Maple Ridge, Ohio was thrown into chaos. The year was 1998, and the quaint community was known more for its apple pie contests than for crime. So when 7-year-old Noah vanished without a trace from his home at 14 Oak Street, the tight-knit residents found themselves grappling with a mystery that seemed straight out of a horror movie. It was an ordinary night in the Miller household. Noah's dad, Mark, a local firefighter, was working the late shift. So it was just Noah, his mom, Emily, and their dog Buddy inside the house. Noah had been watching a movie with his mom before bedtime. Then after tucking him into bed, Emily had gone to check on him just a few minutes later. She called out to him and heard a reply. Everything seemed fine. However, when she returned from the kitchen, she found Noah's bed empty. The window was closed, the curtains were drawn, and the screen on the window was intact. There was no sign of forced entry anywhere in the house. Little Noah was gone. As the sun rose, casting an eerie glow over Maple Ridge, the search began. Hundreds of volunteers, including many from the tight-knit community of Maple Ridge, combed through nearby wooded areas and open fields. Helicopters buzzed overhead, their rotors beating the morning calm. By nightfall, though, the search yielded no results. Every day brought new hope, but also a fresh wave of despair. As days turned into weeks and then months, the case grew colder with each passing season. In the midst of all this, Noah's bedroom remained untouched, a silent testament to the mystery that had befallen their family. Furniture covered, toys put away. The nightstand beside his bed still held his beloved stuffed bear, a reminder of happier times. Despite the unbearable pain that permeated these four walls, Emily couldn't bring herself to clear it out. It was as if she were holding on to the hope that her son would simply walk through the door one day. Meanwhile, in the town of Maple Ridge, life slowly returned to normal. The media spotlight moved on to other stories, and the haunting image of a missing child faded from front pages to back. Yet for Emily, time stood still. She lived for the day when she could hear her son's laughter echoing once again in this very room. For over 2 decades, she kept busy with volunteer work, pouring her energy into causes that helped other grieving parents. However, as the years passed, the pain of losing Noah never truly diminished. It was a wound that refused to heal, a constant ache in her heart. Then came 2023. After 25 long years, Emily made the painful decision to move on. She listed her house for sale, hoping that a new chapter awaited her filled with possibilities. Little did she know that destiny had one final twist in store for her. One crisp autumn afternoon, amidst the clutter of packing, a team of electricians arrived at the house to get the property ready for its new owners. They weren't aware of the haunting history that permeated the walls. As they worked, one of the electricians, a man named Tom, ventured into the attic. It was a cramped space filled with boxes and old furniture. Suddenly, his gaze fell upon a strange object protruding from the ceiling in what used to be Noah's bedroom. Curiosity sparked. He cautiously approached the object and brushed away the dust, revealing a small lens. He had stumbled upon a hidden camera in the attic. Tom was taken aback. He couldn't recall seeing such cameras being installed during their initial assessment of the house. This was no ordinary find. He carefully descended the attic ladder, keeping the camera hidden. He knew that if Emily, the homeowner, discovered what he had found, she might react emotionally, and he didn't want to upset her. Tom decided to keep his discovery a secret for now, believing that it would be disrespectful to the family if he revealed it without their knowledge. However, as the days passed, the attic camera became a constant on his mind. He couldn't shake off the feeling that this was no ordinary device, so he hatched a plan. On one of his next visits to the house, Tom decided to discreetly set up a camera in the attic. He rigged the camera up in such a way that it could capture any movement in the attic without drawing attention. Then he waited patiently. Camera captures the truth. What Tom had discovered was no ordinary camera. It was a security camera. And as luck would have it, the camera was still functional. When he checked the footage, he saw a series of dates and times, each marked with a red dot. One date in particular caught his attention. It was the same date that little Noah had disappeared. Tom's heart raced as he clicked on the video. As the grainy black and white footage played, Tom's eyes widened in disbelief. The image that unfolded before him was both shocking and heartbreaking. In the video, a man was seen entering Noah's room in the middle of the night. But this was not an intruder. The man was dressed in clothes that Noah had been wearing the night he disappeared. Tom's blood ran cold. Could this be Noah himself? But why would a missing child be seen entering his own room only to vanish without a trace? The secret uncovered. Tom immediately shared his findings with the police. The revelation sent shockwaves through the sleepy town, bringing back memories that many had tried to bury. The police revisited the case with renewed vigor, focusing on the period leading up to Noah's disappearance. They spoke to former neighbors, revisited the crime scene, and dug deeper into the background of the people who had lived around the Millers. Finally, after 25 long years, they had a lead. The man seen in the video was identified as Mark Miller, Noah's own father. But why would Mark have done such a thing? DNA evidence? The police confronted Mark with the evidence. Initially, he denied everything, claiming that he had never tampered with the camera. But when they presented him with DNA results from the camera, which matched his own, he broke down. Mark confessed to his crime, revealing a twisted tale of deceit and despair. He had, in fact, kidnapped Noah, driven by a deep-seated mental illness that had been undiagnosed for years. On that fateful night, overcome by a sudden psychotic episode, he had taken Noah from his bed, intending to protect him from a world that he believed was dangerous. However, in his delirious state, he had accidentally suffocated his son, and in a panic, he had buried the body in the backyard. Heartbreaking end. The revelation of Mark's guilt brought a mixture of relief and heartbreak to the town. Finally, there was an answer to the mystery that had haunted them for so long. Yet it was a bitter pill to swallow, the realization that their friend and neighbor was capable of such a heinous act. As for Emily, the ordeal was beyond comprehension. She had lost her son, and in a way, her husband. The trust that had bound their relationship was shattered, replaced by a profound sense of betrayal. In the aftermath, Mark was charged with murder and pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Emily, left to pick up the pieces of her shattered life, found solace in the support of her community. The town rallied around her, offering condolences and assistance as she prepared to move forward. Years later, the house on Oak Street is still there, bearing witness to the tragedy that unfolded within its walls. While the pain of loss has never truly faded for Emily, the discovery of the truth brought a semblance of closure. The hidden camera that had revealed the dark secret also served as a beacon of hope, reminding her that sometimes the answers we seek are hidden in plain sight. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss an update.